Hello friends! There is a beautiful brand new holiday release now available at Pretty Pink Posh, and you can shop all of these fabulous products at the links in my video description by clicking the More button below. To celebrate this new release, I've been invited to join in on a video hop. At every stop along the way, you could win a $20 gift certificate to Pretty Pink Posh just by commenting before September 24th. After you are done with this video, you'll find the next stop is my friend Mindy Egan, and you'll find her video link below too. Now, let's create a card. I really want to color, and I just love this Gingerbread Friends stamp. So we're going to take off every single stamp, and I am going to put it on this white piece of smooth white cardstock from Scrapbook and Cards Today in my Misty, and ink up and stamp all of these cute little images, making sure that I leave enough room in between to die cut them. And I might even do some of these multiple times if I can fit them. Then I'm going to use Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink to stamp all of these images so that they are ready for being colored with alcohol markers. I did flip my cardstock over, and I'm just going to pull it down a little bit so that I can get all of my stamps on one more time on this piece of cardstock, and then I'll have two of everything. So when I'm ready to go and make another card, it will already be stamped and I can just do my coloring. Before I start coloring, I'm going to go ahead and prepare to die cut the images. I do this because once I have them colored, if I go and I die cut them and the die moves or something like that, then I've wasted all that time coloring. And so I like to cut them out first to make sure everything's perfect before I color an image. So I'm just going to place all my dies on the paper. Use some mint tape here from scrapbook.com to get them placed down, and then I will run them through my die cutting machine. Next, I'm using a stick and stamp mat to hold all of my images in place. However, since I'm only going to be coloring at the top first, I'm going to go ahead and cover up that bottom portion. And that's because when I'm working, I don't want anything from my hands or my sweater to get on my stick and stamp mat because that could de-stick the surface. So I have my OLO markers here. And what I always like to do first is just test out some color. So here I have my paper with the other half of the images, and I'm just going to use the edge to get an idea of what the browns that I've chosen look like. So I always do a little bit of coloring right on the edge here. And so I chose 04.3 and 04.6, but I have 04.1 here as kind of a highlight if I want to add some lighter images to that too. I also have a range of colors that I will call out while I'm coloring, but I really love using my OLO markers to color in the Pretty Pink Posh illustrations. I just think they're really great. So I'm going to start out with like highlighting some of the darker areas kind of around the armpits and probably underneath kind of the icing, kind of over here, just around here by the neck. And then I will go in and color in with 04.3 to kind of bring those colors together. So you don't really want your colors to fully dry before you bring in that lighter color. You want to work kind of quickly here. And there we go. There's our first gingerbread colored in. And then I'll kind of work my way through all of my gingerbread men, just starting with the brown first. There we go. Now that our gingerbread men are fully colored in, now we can color their accessories. I have a few different colors ranging from red violets, yellows, and blue greens. We're going to give them kind of a candy Christmas vibe. Then I can color our additional accessories down here. And there are all of my little images colored in using OLO markers. Now I want to create a very cute background for my little gingerbread. So I have a piece of Sweet Pea cardstock from Concord and Ninth, and I'm using the Candy Cane Stripes stencil and Sweet Pea ink. Notice here that I'm going in the same direction as those stripes. Now I'm going to change my ink to Dragonfruit. This is a really intense color, so I'm going to tap off a lot and just come in from the edges and then grab my spatula and pick up the stencil. And I should have some pretty pink on pink lines. So cute. I laid out my gingerbread the way I wanted them on my card, but they needed something behind them. So I grabbed a piece of Seaside cardstock from Spellbinders, and I'm just going to add a little bit of texture to it using the Argyle pierced plate. I'm going to put a tiny piece of tape at the top and the bottom on here and run this through my machine. Before I assemble my card, I want to stamp my greeting, and I really love Sweet Merry Wishes from Gingerbread Friends. However, I really like these banner greetings dies. Okay, so the banner greetings has 4 different banners. I always love these ones with the kind of ribbon ends. So then with my die in place there, I can take my stamp and kind of get it in place here and move it and bend it the way that it will fit right in the middle in that channel of my die. So I want it just sticky enough to hold the stamp in place while I'm playing with it. Just like that. I think I like that. And then if I close this, yes, picked up the stamp. Okay, so now all I have to do is put my piece of paper down, ink up with, oh, this is a hard one. I guess we'll try Sweet Pea, see how I like that. If not, I'll just keep my stamp in place because I might want to go with black to make it a little bit more bold. So this just shows you, as long as you have a sentiment that fits within these banner dies, then you can kind of move that sentiment to the shape of the banner and then stamp it and cut it out with the banner. And I think that's going to be just perfect. So I'm putting down my candy cane inked panel first onto that white cardstock base, and there's just a little bit of a frame there. And then I'm going to take this 1-inch foam adhesive, this is 1 millimeter, and I'm going to cover up this back panel with foam to pop that up a bit. And before I put that down, I want to make sure that I'm going to put it where I want it. So I'm going to get it a little bit higher to the top than I am at the bottom. Now this one is 1/4 inch 1 millimeter foam adhesive, and this is the one that I use the most. That is so cute, but I think it needs a little bit of sparkle. Whenever I add sparkle, I like to do this as a very last step so I don't get it all over the place. But I'm just going to add some of this Stickles crystal. I like the crystal because it's kind of iridescent and pretty. And it's a little teal, and because we have a lot of teal on this card, it works. Okay, and there is our finished card using the brand new Pretty Pink Posh September release. Thanks so much for joining me, friends, as I shared what I created using the brand new Pretty Pink Posh holiday release along with my OLO markers. Be sure to check out the Pretty Pink Posh shop to see all of the lovely new holiday products that they've just released today. And if you're watching this, be sure to let me know which product you had to add to cart first. Don't forget as well that OLO Marker is coming out with 96 new colors, and that pre-order is open now. You can find the link in my video description below, along with all of the products that I shared with you. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, share this with a crafty friend, and subscribe to my channel to see more. Thanks so much for watching, and happy creating.